There you are, bucko! Welcome back to another thrilling episode of Creepy TikToks that left your boy puzzled. We got a banger on this Saturday, man. We got all types of stuff we got to dive through. We're going to jump in the book a little bit. But hey, let's roll this intro and let everybody get in here real quick. You better lock in and buckle up, bucko! Cause you're in for another creepy and scary TikTok reaction video. If you haven't already, please slap that like button. And remember, keep your head on the straight. Swivel on these creepy, disturbing, shocking, weird, bizarre videos that might keep you up all night.
My son's being afraid.
Hyper mode, activate!
Chuck, pull back now.
Going into the outer lands. We have to figure this out.
You must stop jet ski, Chuck.
No, there's no turning back. We have to do this. North Pole dimensions are open.
10,
Etheric boosters are set to maximum capacity.
7,
Activate quantum mode.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Hey,
1.
Welcome to Dark Waters 9.
I think I lost him.
Jet, are you there? Dark Waters 9 has reached critical levels. Jet, ski transported. Multiple high-level demons coming your way. Oh no! Is it done?
Perfect. Mission complete. Send the ship.
Copy that. Space wing on the way. Estimated arrival time 5 seconds. Activating transmission ether beam.
Welcome back to another creepy and shocking reaction video. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Today on these disturbing... What was that?
Warning. Jet, we have to go quantum, or we will be sucked in by the black hole. Warning.
Activate evasive maneuvers and go quantum as soon as possible.
Hyper mode, go!
I can't hold it! It's too much! It's too much! I can't hold it!
Warning, Jet, we are to darken these waters. Turn back.
Chan, this is the best information we've got in weeks. The Leviathan fragments seem to be responding to this particular area. Command, this is Ace Leader Jet. Do you read? Over. Command, this is Ace Leader Jet. I am experiencing several different anomalies on my sector. Do you read?
Copy, Jet. High-level demons straight ahead.
Convert all power to main engine.
Activate evasive maneuvers.
Target locked.
Fox 1, fire! Command, find me the nearest warp gate. We are not prepared for this fight.
Warp gate coordinates sent to your GPS hyperdrive is rendering.
Everybody in here, man? Where's my sound at? Let me know if you guys can hear me all right, and put where you're watching from. We got an absolute banger today. Where's the music? Your boy feeling good today, man. It's been a minute since we've been live. Nick Nameless in the building. Doe in the building. What's good, y'all? I see y'all. Wild Bull Bar. Let's get it, y'all. Can y'all hear me all right? How are y'all feeling today? It's been a minute since we've been live. I've been trying, man. But your boy be submerged in dark waters. I wake up, I am in full submersion in dark waters, y'all. So I just want to say I love you guys. This is a live video. So if you're new around here, don't know the ropes, sometimes I go live, man. And this is more for connecting with the audience. But yeah, let's get it. Where's my music at? We got a banger, y'all. We diving into the book. If I don't mess up my pages, we're diving into the book. We got juicy content for y'all. Turn up, y'all. What are y'all doing? Let's get hype, man. This is Saturday Night Live for real. Maurice, what's good? Alabama in the building. Scott, what's good? Brenda, what's good? Laura, talk to me. Doe, what's good? Hey, let me have fun. Let me do my thing, y'all. We always on these waters reacting, man. Get you something cold to drink, get you a snack, because we're going to be here a while. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of different stuff going on, y'all. Yeah. All right, we got everybody in here now. Sound check's good. Let's get to it, everybody. First up, man, this dude from Australia. Y'all in Australia are crazy. Check my man Board out, though.
There you go, yeah. Put it near your head. Look at that. Oh, yes. Stick your head through the... That is next level, mate. That is absolutely insane.
Put it together a bit more. Yeah, like that. That's good.
Yeah. Jeez. There you go.
You guys in Australia are a different breed, man. Look at the bite radius on that thing. This was taken straight out the movie Jaws or what? You know, because I believe when you're paddling, they think you like a seal or something. You know, so you definitely want to be careful. Me, I do that thing where you run and you throw the board and you sand surf. Hey, that's too risky for your boy, man. Way too risky for your boy. He said he must have been hard. You know them sharks. They're like a walking machine. All they do is swim, eat, and reproduce. I believe that's what he said on Jaws. That's one of my favorite movies, by the way. Ace in the building with the 20. What? You going crazy. I'm pinning that. Banger as always. Huge shout out to my boy Ace. Drop the life vest in the chat for Ace. Going crazy for your boy. I am about to pin that, my guy. Ice in. If we can see it. Trying to put it, man, but your boy is. I get it up there, I promise, Ace. But y'all, let's get to it. We got another one, the main event. Check this out, man. Y'all know about the Antarctic Treaty, right? Some people theorize that whenever you get close to the ice wall, guess what? You are going to be met with a military force. Look at that. That's a whole U.S. destroyer. They are coming from right here. They are in Australia, where my man just was surfing, right? They are coming from Australia. And look, if you keep going down, guess what you about to hit, buddy? The ice wall. Some people theorize. Remember, this video is strictly for entertainment purposes only, for context. Don't believe everything you hear or see on this video. Do your own research on everything. With that being said, let's go a little deeper into this. Look where he's going, y'all. This is where he's located, and this is where he's going, right? He trying to get to the Ancestral Republic. Because you know some people say there might be some lands out there on the outer wall. We're going to get to that. But look what happens, though, with that Antarctic treaty. Look, he's cruising. He's on a mission, right? They going. Then all of a sudden, don't worry, I'm going to kick the sound on in a little bit. As soon as they stop that music.
You got to yield. You can't just fucking... They think you're going to charge them. I don't know for sure. No, they do.
They come back last door. Yeah, fucking talk to them.
Actually going around. He's turning. Stop. He's turning.
Look, that's a whole U.S. destroyer up there. They're like, hold on. These boys trying to get up out this ice wall. We can't allow that.
He's actually turning.
He said about the ship yesterday.
No, he is turning. Fucking hell, what have we done now? It's turning, Josh, just sit still.
He's slowed down, is he?
Yeah, he's really slowed down. No, we're in trouble.
What for?
It's coming to us.
He's coming to us.
He's got the shits because...
This is warship over, channel 16 over.
16.
Yeah, go ahead, mate. It's bad boys.
You can't stop that, y'all. If you think you about to go past the ice wall, but they got F-22s perimeter, doing a perimeter, a full sweep around the Antarctic wall. And if you think you're going by boat, guess what they about to hit you with? This U.S. destroyer.
They come back. Going at channel 16.
Oklahoma loves jet ski. I love Oklahoma. Shout out to Lola Davis. I see you with your green vest. Let's go.
We're heading to the shelf to go. Just so we're out fishing, heading out fishing. Oh, we're just heading out fishing.
He's out, boys.
A whole warship. You ain't stopping no no warship. Maybe if you had a speedboat, you might keep going, but I'm sure they can send out some speedboats they got on top of that. So you really can't escape.
We're just traversing. Is there a helicopter coming at us now?
Are we late? I don't know. What
Just travel, just go.
Just go.
He sent out the chopper.
That's a drone. Is it? That's unreal.
A demo today with this Cessna and the Air National Guard. I'm going to be inside of this Cessna and we're going to be going rogue. We're going to fly into that no-fly zone and we're going to see how the Air National Guard does it. They scramble the fighter jets to come
Take off. We're off.
flying for miles and miles until...
Okay, we just...
Uh-oh, so it looks like they showing us the air. I didn't know this. They showing us what happens if you go by air. So the boat, air, you go anywhere near that Antarctic wall, they gonna hit you with some type of force.
Enter the no-fly zone now.
Our pilots aren't talking to air traffic control, ignoring their calls to reach them. That triggers an alarm at the Air National Guard base. These fighter pilots scrambling to their jets. They're on alert and ready to take action 24 hours a day. Today, racing to their F-16s, suiting up, climbing on board, and rushing to the runway.
I thought it was F-22s, F-16s. Close enough.
Taking off to intercept our rogue Cessna, reaching the target in just minutes. This is the view from the F-16. That's my Cessna right there.
Intimidating as you would think it would be. Look at that fighter jet. He's right off our wing.
Another F-16 swooping in on the right, calling us on aviation frequencies.
You have been intercepted. If you hear this transmission, acknowledge the radio call and rock your way. He wants us to identify ourselves. We're a rogue aircraft, remember, for this demonstration, so we're not going to respond at all and see what this fighter jet. Ordered to turn to the northwest.
The fighter jet giving us one last warning. After all of this, the pilot still won't listen. The plane won't leave the airspace. Will you shoot them down?
If required, we'll execute the rules of engagement per the commander of the North American Aerospace Defense Command. And yes, we would do that.
Shoot the plane down?
If it meets the rules of engagement, yes, we would, to defend the airspace.
Entering restricted airspace. You are ordered to turn west immediately.
Yeah. Did you hear what they said? You know, there's no way to go past it. You know? But your boy, hold on, let me get my screen right. We gonna go right past them. We ain't trying to hear all that. We try to see the extra continents. You feel me? We ain't trying to hear none of that. We trying to go to past the ice wall. Y'all hiding the lambs of Tartaria. Y'all hiding all types of stuff. We gotta go.
If you do not follow these instructions, you may be fired upon.
I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. And if we dive a little bit into this book, got all types of pictures, man. Where they talking about it, man? What does it say? If I can read a little bit. The earliest world map, 1587. Look at all that green on that map. Green everywhere. Look at all those lands. You got to ask yourself, why are they trying to protect so bad uncharted lands? What are they trying to hide? What are they hiding in the Grand Canyon? When people are hiding stuff, that leads to questions. We just trying to figure out what's going on. Early maps, the ice wall wasn't always ice. It looks like they had green. You know, green lands all over. The truth shall set you free. That's 100% correct. Uh-oh, we got another disturbing video. Look how he has his hand. Look how he has his hand on top of him, like he knows what he did was wrong.
Who's gonna find out you're trying to meet a little boy and they're home?
I wasn't doing anything.
Then why are we here?
I was here because I had some work to do. I had to finish something up.
Then why are we here, though? We get why you're here.
You're here because right here.
What?
Dad's against predators. I understand.
Okay, and what are you doing? What was your position with the little boy today?
I was just going to talk to him and try to get him straight.
Okay. You think
Can I join you guys?
Listen.
No.
I was just gonna find out you was trying to meet a little.
He out cold for that. I'm just trying to join you guys. Okay, bucko. Whenever I see this dude, I know it's about to be crazy. If it's true or not, I don't know, but it's definitely interesting.
Physical beings that are definitely not like our animals up here come out of these spaces from inside the earth. I've seen in deep underground military bases, dogmen, like you would kind of describe them.
We touched on those underground bases. If you watched the earlier video of Dark Waters 9 today, they got underwater bases. They got underground bases that could take you to any country. How crazy is that? No telling what's really underground, y'all.
Some more humanized. And I think a lot of those were experimentation and genetic splicing. I think a lot of that was gene editing stuff that I've seen. But I do believe that some of these things are holdovers from the old days. They're the last of their kinds, and they've been breeding them, right? And I believe that that's the stuff that's prophesied that's going to come back out and cause the hearts of men to stop for fear of looking after these things that are coming up on the earth. You know, that's why everywhere I went throughout my youth, I could go to these tunnels and these caves and call out, and I could hear them and they would call back, you know, and it's like, it's a seductive power that draws you back into it.
You could call out to them? Like,
yeah.
Was it like a language or a sound or what?
Oh yeah, man. You can learn to call to them. You can go out here in these hills out here and do it. You can still do it tonight on these full moons and stuff. You can start calling out and you'll think you'll hear coyotes at first. And then all of a sudden it's a totally different, you know, it's a different sound that starts to resonate. And then it's a different one that calls off from over here, right? You got to understand some of these guys that you think are just neighbors and stuff or just people. This is what they keep in their barn. This stuff they keep. Yeah, absolutely.
That's not the first time I've heard somebody keeping crazy creatures, you know, as like a pet. I seen there was a one story that we featured not too long ago. A guy was actually hunting, and he hunted a Bigfoot, and he had him stuffed. I forgot the name, like a taxidermy. That's it. He got a giant taxidermy Sasquatch in his trophy room. How crazy is that? Missing a hand. This thing like 8 feet tall. You know, and the look of it is just crazy. You know, it makes you really think, man, is Sasquatch, Bigfoot, are they really out there?
You know, I go out hunting for these things.
I understand. I understand completely, man. I was that being said, I got hooked back into it with Timothy Alberino and Steve Quill and a lot of these guys when I was married, and my wife didn't know anything about this whole stinking world of who I was and everything else.
How'd you meet your wife if she didn't know who you were? You suckered her. You suckered her.
That's a way to put it, man.
She's still with you, so she loves you. You know,
bro. She's all in, man. She's amazing. Cool. She is my shield bearer, man.
Who can find a virtuous one? They're far more. They're worth far more than rubies.
She's amazing. We have waged a war together beyond your wildest imaginations. She has seen the full force of the occult come after us, and people slaughtering sacrifices to try to desecrate us, and people try to hunt us and murder us in front of her face.
She's seen it
in front of my children's face. They've sent special kill teams after us in front of my children's face, man. And I have seen the living power, man. Recent.
You guys believe him? Is he making it up, or did he really go through this stuff? You know, he's not stuttering. He's talking, you know, I think it's a strong possibility.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
That being said, man, I do believe that there is a hierarchy, and you can call upon the Most High, man, and he has delivered us. And I've never had to fire a shot at any of these guys. I haven't had to take out their drones. I have seen supernatural intervention. I've seen their weapons jam in front of my face, like chapter in the book called Murder on Their Minds, where I talk all about it, man. I've seen him provide supernatural miracles, because you got to understand, we're dealing with the fallen. We are not dealing with the Most High. And he owns a much more powerful arsenal. And let me tell you, at his word, all these nations, kingdoms, and thrones will bow. And it's an absolute reality. It's an inevitability. And so that's why I serve him, man, because I've seen what the power of covenant is. And I had a covenant with the law of sin and death before in my life, but now I have a covenant with the Most High of peace and life. And he's given me a new purpose. He's given me a family. He's given me a mission. He's given me the opportunity to do the things I dreamed of when I was that little. I've seen.
You know, since I've been doing these reaction videos, I come across so many different stuff. And one that I just can't grasp is Satan's little season. I know a lot of you guys are rocking with that. I can't do it yet, man. But if I did, let's just say we are in Satan's little season. Hypothetically, if we say that, that makes it more scary than if the 1,000-year reign already didn't happen, because Satan's little season could only be 250 years. The last reset was what? 1775, 1800. You know, so shoot. In the next what? We going on 2025. You know what I'm saying? So he could come back any day. Today, tonight, tomorrow. Man, that makes it more real if we are in Satan's little season. I don't know yet, man. I gotta really dive into it, but I know a lot of people rock with that. But either way, you need to get it right, though, honestly. We got another crazy one, man. Got another encounter. Doppelganger entity appears in a grayed out form in front of campers. Let's see what she's talking about. Y'all said he was gone. Yeah. We don't know. He probably could have been watching too many Independence Day or playing too much Halo, and he went outside and he was like hallucinating. Hey, I don't know, man. But a lot of people talk about those stories. But I know if there's something, that event going on for that long, I'll at least record my phone and drop it on the ground. I would at least do that. So that's the only part where I'm like, what's really going on here? He got more, but he's cussing a lot. I'm not too huge, on people cussing a lot. If I'm watching reaction videos and someone's dropping the F-bombs a lot and all this, I'm like, I get it, bro, but it's still like, why?
Started having pebbles being thrown at us, and you could hear a lot of owls cackling back and forth, and the pebbles kind of got a little bigger and a little bigger, and before long, it almost sounded like the owls were communicating with each other.
That's why these lives are a little bit tricky, you know what I'm saying? I should watch them before, but I like doing fresh reactions with y'all, like stuff I ain't never seen.
And then that maybe they weren't owls after all. Like, we kind of had that feeling that maybe they weren't owls. It was kind of creepy. So we decided we were going to go meet the rest of the team. But as we got up to leave, they were all running towards us. So when they got to us, they were telling us that across the street of the pavilion, they had split into two groups. And there were 3 guys that had gone into the wood line. While they were in the woods, the rest of the group was staring where they went into the wood line. And one of the guys came out and he crouched down, like kneeling on one knee, looking back at this team. And they said he looked weird, like grayed out almost. And about that time, the person that they thought was crouching actually came up behind them and said, "What are y'all looking at?" And then that thing that they thought was him stood up, turned around, and just walked in the woods. So they don't know what it was. I mean, it was like a mimic almost. It's what it looked like. But it was just a grayed out of him. When we got back to camp, something had come into our camp, had opened the marshmallow bag, like not tore a hole. There was no chew marks or anything. It just opened the marshmallow bag. Marshmallows were all over the place. Our parabolic ear was knocked down. You could hear walking through our camp that sounded like 2 feet, like it sounded like somebody had come through there. But we never could find any signs. And then we had to spend the night out there. So that was creepy too. But there was definitely some really weird stuff going on out there that night. And the whole place is just kind of supernatural in and of itself.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I only went camping once in my life, and I can tell you guys that it's scary just camping by itself. I couldn't imagine hearing something walk around. That's you out in the woods when you doing all that. Constant camping, you're gonna eventually find something, guys. That Cracker Barrel. Why? What is wrong with Cracker Barrel, y'all? Why did they do that? I don't eat there enough to really know, but I hear the food hasn't been that great in years, like 10, 20, 15 years.
If you really,
it ain't been the greatest. But all right, before we dive into getting up into the Egyptians, check out how my brother breaks down, not my actual brother, but you know, my brother, he breaks down this algorithm. You guys check this out. I did catch a little snippet of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I wanted to view it fully with you guys. Okay, I send you the pics. Yes. Jet ski Chuck. We not at 700. Y'all lying. Tanya, what's good? Bears, moose, deer. Yeah, that could be another possibility. That's a great point, y'all. Somebody said I love their cornbread. You must be talking about Cracker Barrel. What my man said, he said the racism makes the edges of the pancakes crispy. He said y'all need to put the logo back. Hey, that was out of pocket. All you need is butter, man. I make pancakes all the time. When you put the butter in the skillet and then don't use the spray. If you just use your olive oil, your butter spray, your pancakes ain't gonna get crispy, y'all. Y'all gonna make me do a jet ski cooking channel. Drop in the channel if y'all love to see that, because I might do it. I've been thinking about it because I got some recipes, y'all. I'm a picky eater, but you know, I can teach y'all how to get down if you don't know what you're doing. But let me tell y'all how to make some decent pancakes. You put the butter down first. You get your Hungry Jack complete, not the complete. You gotta add your own eggs and your own I think it's milk. If you don't add milk and eggs to the pancake mix, that ain't the one. You don't want the complete. But if all they have is the complete, that's all you can find, and you gotta have pancakes, I get it. You might even be able to add milk and eggs to the complete, but you want to get the kind that you have to add milk and eggs. With that being said, mix it to how the directions say, so it comes out at the best consistency. And go ahead and chop you a little bit of butter. Throw that butter down on the pan. You don't want it too hot. If you got it at like 400, if the eye is red, that's too hot. You need it at about 300. Once you drop that butter on there, then you pour your pancake on top of that butter. It doesn't have to be melted. It'll melt while it's cooking. But you want to get a good little grease around it. Pour the pancake batter on that where the butter melted. That's what gets your edges crispy. That butter. Trust me, I love it. If my pancakes don't have crispy edges, I'm low-key offended.
really want to understand what the ultimate goal of this thing is, I'm going to paint it to you. Because they never needed to control you. That's a common misunderstanding.
Which one of y'all said jet ski skillet? I can't stand y'all. We not at 792. Y'all lying.
It just needed to become familiar enough to be mistaken for instinct. Because most people think the algorithm's made out of code. But it's not just code. It's made out of you. I want you to understand that. That's the deepest thing to get it. Your hesitation, your contradiction, your late night flicker between pleasure and pain, and records all of it. Not because it's smart, but because you are predictable. You're not the user, you're the source code. When the tech billionaires are talking about improving the algorithm, they're not talking about better AI. They're talking about you. They're talking about you becoming faster, needing less, clicking more. The algorithm doesn't monitor activity, it monitors ambivalence. It doesn't reward clarity, it feeds on delay, it feasts on confusion. I want you to see what's going on.
He's not preaching, y'all. This is straight from the heart. Rewind it, man. Y'all ain't hear what he said. Let him know again from the start. Focus. Do whatever you got to do. Listen to what this young man has to say.
If you really want to understand what the ultimate goal of this thing is, I'm going to paint it to you. Because they never needed to control you. That's a common misunderstanding. It just needed to become familiar enough to be mistaken for instinct. Because most people think the algorithm's made out of code. But it's not just code, it's made out of you. I want you to understand that.
When he says that, what's that girl's name that always be yelling about our... Sabrina Wallace. Sabrina Wallace been telling us, y'all, that they hacking our biofields. Have you ever been there just thinking about something like, man... I like to take a trip to Florida, or man, you know, some fried chicken would be good. You'll just say it in your mind. You won't type this. You won't put it in any search engine. You can say something in your head, and I'll guarantee you 30 seconds later, if you got Facebook, guess what's going to pop up on your ads? If you have Instagram, guess what's going to pop up in your ads? If you got TikToks, guess what's going to pop up on your ads? Whatever you thinking about. They found out a way how to hack our biofields. How? I don't know. But it's happened to me, I'll say every single day. I'll be sitting there thinking about like I don't know. It could be anything, y'all. I can't recall the counts, but I could literally be thinking about something to eat. That'll happen a lot of times. And like, say I'll be thinking about a sandwich. Next thing you know, they start showing me sandwich ads. I'm like, this is crazy. They actually hacking our biofields. How do we stop this? Do we have to put tinfoil hats on? Do we have to go out in the woods, turn our Wi-Fi off? What's really going on here?
That's the deepest thing to get it. Your hesitation, your contradiction, your late night flicker between pleasure and pain, it records all of it. Not because it's smart, but because you are predictable. You're not the user, you're the source code.
We're the source code. They getting all this information from us. Like, do we emit some type of ether that they can decode? They hacking our biofield. Our routers in our house, it's picking up whatever unconsciously conscious thing we're projecting from our minds. As crazy as it sounds, if y'all following me, but man, let's keep going.
Tech billionaires are talking about improving the algorithm. They're not talking about better AI. They're talking about you. They're talking about you becoming faster, needing less, clicking more. The algorithm doesn't monitor activity, it monitors ambivalence. It doesn't reward clarity, it feeds on delay, it feasts on confusion. I want you to see what's going on. It watches what you pause on, not what you love, not what you finish, not
I be watching spiders sometimes. I can't stand spiders, but like say if like a spider will come on my timeline, I'll see like a huntsman and somebody's trying to capture the huntsman or shoo it away. I'll watch it for a little bit and I'm like, no, I really don't want to watch this. And I'll put not interested. And they'll keep putting spiders on my timeline. Stop it. But they know I unconsciously watch it. So when he said that we're watching it and they know what you like and you know, they know the algorithm knows what you like more than you know what you want to watch, is what I'm trying to get at.
Just what you flinch at. What you can't explain. But still scroll past 2 seconds too slow. I want you to see what's going on. I want you to see what's going on. Because that's where it finds you. The algorithm is a mirror made out of your survival response. It doesn't reflect what you want. It reflects what you'll obey. It learns your obedience through chemistry. I want you to see what I'm talking about. Your dopamine loops, your cortisol spikes, your serotonin withdrawals, your oxytocin bargaining. It uses your chemical bias like a scent and teaches the machine how to hunt you. It teaches the machine how to hunt you. It then sells it back to you as urgency, as intimacy, as self-discovery. You're not discovering yourself online. You'll be rerouted back to the most monetizable ache you have. I want you to see what I'm talking about.
He's going crazy, isn't he? Y'all, this is new. This is he preaching, y'all. I'm sorry. Man, he's snapping.
It is not personalized. It's parasitic. You think you're choosing, but you're metabolizing what keeps this system alive. I just want you to get it. The algorithm doesn't have to punish you because you'll do it yourself. You'll do it yourself. The algorithm's not founded in artificial intelligence. It's founded in spiritual recursion. It's your nervous system rebranded. I want you to see what I mean. Because soon you won't call it the algorithm. You won't. You'll call it instinct. You'll call it alignment. You'll call this healing someday. But it won't be. It'll be trauma rehearsed until it becomes marketable. You'll wake up and scroll not to remember, but to forget that there was ever a you before this rhythm. It'll show you pain in your mother's tone, desire in your father's wound, and hope in a product you returned last week. Right? That's all that's going to happen. And when it knows you perfectly, it'll stop trying to surprise you. It'll just reflect you until you mistake that reflection for reality. The algorithm won't kill you. It never wants to. It'll just convince you that you've never been born. That's all it needs to do. And when that moment comes, you won't ask what truth is. You'll wonder why no one is watching you anymore. But because the system never needed your voice, it just needed your pattern, it'll still be hungry, even after it's consumed you. But you can leave. But I want you to clarify. I want you to clarify this. Right? Just in yourself. Logging off is not the way out. Rebellion in this case isn't even the way out. If you really
He said we can get our Terminator on and we still ain't gonna be able to. It's the checkmate. They got Elon Musk got quantum computers in Memphis. They got quantum computers just surfing with thousands of graphic chips on life rafts using the ocean to cool the high-powered computers. It's, man, they just setting up, man. We in a new digital age. And they're hacking our biofield, man. That's the best way I can put it. Our biofield that we emit. Shout out to Sabrina Wallace. She's the one that put me up on that. I'm like, man, that makes sense. Before I thought it just was, I'll say something in the mic. That was back in 2009, 2010, when you could just say something in your mic and your phone is always recording. Our phones, however far your phone is away from you, it's always recording. It's always recording. So it's like whatever you say, it's going to pick that up. And it's like, okay, he's talking about that. Well, let's show him this. You know, they trying to monetize us the best way they can. Like he said. Drop y'all thoughts. Where y'all at, man? Talk to me. They said they admitted on the news that they have our aura. Someone said, finish playing the video. No, this is a live. I'm talking to my people, man. Y'all kill me with that. Man, finish the video, man. Man, this is a reaction. We chilling in here. Hit that like button while you at it. Put the rap beak on and start dropping bars. I might do that. Suspicious Minds, what's up? Yeah, man, it's crazy. All right, let's move on. What else I got for y'all? My lunch break. It's time for my lunch break, y'all. I done seen everybody talk about the Egyptian pyramids, but nobody really breaks it down like my boy. Shout out to my lunch break, man. One of the coolest people, one of the realest channels on YouTube. You know, don't nobody be breaking stuff down more than my man on my lunch break. They be going crazy. If you guys don't know who he is, type it in and go follow him. Cause so y'all can put me up on stuff. You know, I might be talking about something and then you seen something on that channel that might connect the dots. Eat the meat and spit out the what? Bones.
The Great Pyramid of Giza, March 2025, where researchers did not receive formal permission from Egypt to investigate or publish their claims about underground structures beneath Giza. Would you like to go further? Researchers claim that they have discovered a vast city beneath Egypt's Pyramid of Giza, where the so-called experts just dismiss it as fake news. Now, how factual is this information? Is this something that the so-called experts can just dismiss and just brush it off? We see that Corrado Malenga and Filippo Biondi led this project. Biondi has a PhD in telecommunication engineering, a true expert in SAR and radar signal processing, and has extensive experience in the field, where, in my opinion, it seems that Biondi is actually much more of an expert than these individuals that are just brushing their research off as myth. We are told that they found giant wells beneath the Khafre Pyramid, which is the one right in the middle.
While you're watching this video, I want you to think. Let me tell you this crazy theory. Well, once we get there, I'll pause it, but I got a show-stopping theory that completely warp your brain.
And we all know, they all have this going on underneath the sand. It's not just this one pyramid. But let's focus on this one for now. Finding wells using synthetic aperture radar, or SAR, Doppler tomography. This is a cutting-edge technique that analyzes subtle surface vibrations caused by background seismic waves. Now, one of the main things that I wanted to figure out today is, do these people that call themselves experts and simply dismiss these independent researchers' findings, do these individuals have any legs to stand on, or are they simply dismissing it?
All right, this is the image I wanted you guys to see before I hit you with this show-stopping theory. Are you guys familiar with the black sun? You're not? Oh, you know about it? Okay. Well, the buddy behind you said he didn't know about the black sun. So while we're watching this video, I just want you guys to think about this and tell me your thoughts. Because this is crazy. Hayusen. Okay. This is what I want to show y'all. I don't know if it looks like this. All right, take a good look at this. This is the best way I can put it. All right, you guys see this? This is what is known as the black sun. Some people theorize that there's three celestial bodies. There's three celestial bodies that we can see. The sun, the moon, and the black sun. When you look at eclipses, do you think the moon is covering the sun? Or is it the black sun? I don't know. Some people just say that. But the black sun could potentially be its own energy source. I look at the sun and the moon as a multi-dimensional nuclear capacitor. I'm going to say that one more time. The sun and the moon is a multi-dimensional nuclear capacitor. It gets its energy from each other like the yin and yang. Now, the black sun, I'm not too sure about, but how does that tie into the Egyptians and what this latest thing we found? Well, it could be its own power source. If you dig deep enough, there could be an untapped power source down there. Maybe like a dark ether or something. I'm not too sure. But if we go back to this image right here, look at how it's red at the bottom. If you look at the bottom where it says the 4K and all that stuff, it could be some type of energy that they're trying to harvest from the black sun. Nobody's talking about this. So I got to tell y'all, why do you think they would go so deep? Are they trying to extract water? No. I watch homesteading shows all the time. A guy will come and like when people drill for wells, like they put these pipes and you'll hit it in like 100, 200, 300 feet. Easily you will hit water. They're not digging that deep for water. So what makes you think, why would they have these pylons to go that deep? We don't know how deep these pylons go, y'all. And the theory goes, if we go back to my early videos where we were digging off in, where's that book? If you guys remember my older videos where I went live and we was digging off into this book talking about the outer lands, some people theorize that the actual pyramids were reset generators, but they're no longer active. Like if we look at them, look at the top of this pyramid, y'all. Look at the middle image and look at the top. I don't know why my cursor isn't popping up, but I need y'all to look at the middle image and look at the top. It's eroded. That is it doesn't work anymore. But back in its heyday, when they first made these pyramids, these could have possibly been reset generators. If you had all these pyramids powered up from this dark ether, this is just a theory, y'all. So don't come for me, bucko. But if you got all these pyramids generating, who knows what type of reset that they can pop off. I'm just saying, that's just something for y'all to think about while we're watching this video, because you might be able to put two and two together. I might have missed something. You might be able to pick up on something. I'm not gatekeeping nothing. I'll tell y'all everything I know. So that's one thing I stumbled on, and y'all need to know that. But these people, I will admit, these people were dealing with some serious power, man. Like these pyramids, when they show beams shooting up, you know, I don't want to say that they cracking the firmament or something, but they was generating stargates. The massive amount of power that they could produce, I could definitely see stargates producing, man. It gets deep.
Because the mainstream calls them experts. Because, like we have seen over and over and over, it doesn't follow the mainstream story. This fully challenges.
Somebody said, I'm telling you, look up. Someone said spaceship gas stations. Oh, that's a beautiful point, too. Because you got to think, like, the water currents that are around these pyramids, you know, like, y'all got your boy Billy Carson. Oh yeah, the water reservoir was activating the sarcophagus, and then the energy beam was popping up. You know, no, these pylons, they go deep into the earth, damn near to the black sun. Like, and I'm telling y'all, this is some heavy duty power that they were messing with. Like, you probably could see this 1,000 miles away when it's activated. I don't know, but they were dealing with some super power, guys. Super, like thousands of times what we're capable of today. For them to achieve this is beyond the advanced scope I've give them credit for. Like, I'm like, damn, I gotta times this by 100 from what I'm thinking. I'm thinking just water rushing down the vents, going through the sarcophaguses, electrifying the sarcophagus. Even your boy, what's that with the mercury surrounding him in China? What's his name? The Terracotta Warriors. You know, they talk about the King's Chamber being surrounded with mercury and the Terracotta Warriors. You know, he was trying to live forever. He might have been producing a little bit of energy, but not like this. These boys are trying to pop off a reset. I don't think they can pull off resets anymore, to be honest with you, because they don't have the power wattage to do it. The pyramids are inactive. So whenever someone's telling you, oh man, another reset's coming, I wouldn't be so sure, bucko. Those pyramids are inactive.
Everything that we've ever been told, which is exactly why this sort of research was never conducted.
Hit that like button and subscribe button.
I believe that they've completely screwed up and totally forgot that people could access this SAR technology without even being there. Where this project used 2 radars that photographed the pyramids, compiled the data into images, and it exposed the 8 wells. Hollowed structures that consists of spiral pathways leading down underground. This was not supposed to be exposed at all, because we all know that this site is off limits to the public, definitely off limits to independent researchers. They are not going to allow a follow-up research team to go in there and investigate further, and we all know why. It would expose what's underneath the pyramids. In my opinion, they know exactly what is underneath them. They know their true purpose. And let's be honest, these pyramids, they were not built to be tombs. Not at all. Egypt tightly controls archaeological activities around the pyramids, overseen by the Supreme Council of Antiquities and the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. They are cautious about approving projects that challenge established narratives. These groups are cautious about approving projects that challenge established narratives. And there it is. This project is definitely going to challenge their established narrative, 100%. So we know that one group is hiding and blocking sites off from us. And we know that the independent researchers, they actually used a real technology that works. It's repeatable and it's documented. And they performed a real scientific study. Something that's been off limits to this location, and still is, if you were on the ground there. This group found a loophole and exposed exactly what's underneath the pyramids, and this is clear now.
Look, these aren't even connected. Oh, there's my cursor. Look, these aren't even connected anymore. You know what I'm saying? You got to imagine the heat coming off the black sun. Charging those boys, man. Look, you can barely see them. They're not connected anymore. Them boys been inactive Let's theorize. When was the last reset possibly happened? 1700s? These boys been inactive for a minute. Can they pop them back off? I don't think so, man. It's old technology. I mean, it's far beyond what we know, but the technology has just been eroded, been sitting there for thousands, a couple hundred years. You said a generator outside, you know, is it going to turn on in a couple hundred years? No, that boy going to be corroded. Spark plug going to be not missing. Ain't no gas in it. That's why I'm thinking these pyramids, these ancient buildings, they just inactive. Does that mean that they can make new ones? I don't know, but I don't think so. We so far behind, man. We've been going backwards.
So what happened next after they exposed this? Zahi Hawass, an Egyptian archaeologist and former minister of antiquities, the exact same group that we just talked about that tightly controls the narrative. This guy, he strongly criticized the claims by Malanga and Biondi, saying they were completely ridiculous and lacking scientific credibility. When we all know, and just went over it, that Biondi has a PhD in telecommunications engineering, a true expert in SAR and radar signal processing, with extensive experience in the field. While Zahi Hawass, the critic and the so-called expert, does not appear to have direct specialized experience in SAR or radar technology, he lacks formal training or hands-on experience in SAR and radar. Hawass argues because they never went to the site and excavated anything in their lives, this makes their study a fantasy, a site that is completely blocked off and can't be excavated because of the groups that we've talked about, the ones that Hawass was connected with. This isn't working anymore. I believe these independent researchers totally found a loophole and exposed what's going on underneath the Great Pyramids of Giza. And Hawass is freaking out. The Egyptian experts are trying to disprove their radar findings by saying they don't perform any hands-on excavations. So, because you didn't get your hands dirty, that dismisses their findings. It's laughable at this point. It's getting embarrassing. We don't need to go dig with a shovel to understand the truth. And we all know this. We have seen this in episode 102, where they found massive old world cities in the jungle by using ground penetrating radar.
What episode did he say that was? 102? I'm gonna text myself. I gotta watch that one. We might watch that tomorrow, man. We might be doing this again tomorrow.
Do you really think they've had this technology to see underground and they never thought to check out the Great Pyramids? The thought process of using a shovel and a brush to figure out what is underneath the Great Pyramids, as well as the rest of Egypt. This thought process is done. You can't dismiss their evidence, their findings, by brushing it off and saying that they never got their hands dirty in the sand. And now that we know that their findings are legitimate, we are going to go further and see that the SAR technology located the cylindrical wells beneath the Khafre pyramid and detected that they extend approximately 2,125 feet under the ground. And we are just getting started today. Welcome to episode 124 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new, welcome. Let's talk about
that pyramid be hit. I mean, that little violin be hitting, don't it? I ain't mad at you, my lunch break. Get your money.
125 feet underground, finding 8 giant wells. And this is all a fantasy, we are told. Identified through their analysis of the data, all a part of a vast underground network beneath the Giza Plateau. We already know that Egypt submerged ancient sites. They destroyed so much of Egypt's true history. We just saw this in episode 121, where they built a dam in 1970 and submerged 500 square kilometers of land, where much of the ancient ruins were flooded. So now they're telling us that radar scanning is a fantasy. No, the fact that they are not interested in verifying the information and just calling it a fantasy, this proves that they do not want to expose the truth. They
don't. Real quick, Tanya with the donation. I'm gonna throw you up there. Hiya. They know they have all the missing parts to start. It wouldn't be hard for them to make the missing parts, make some little dig operation and try to, screw it together. My biggest thing is the outside of the pyramid. It just looks so corroded. You ain't got no golden tip. So I believe when the pyramids was first created, if you guys will allow me real quick. You brought up an excellent point. Let's see what the pyramids looked like first built. Because I believe they had like a golden structure, like this. Like it could have been all ivory. It could have had a gold tip at the top. Wow, that's crazy. But we don't know. We can only theorize. Let's see if we can find the apex of a pyramid. Real. How about if we put the top of a pyramid? And top of a pyramid. I know one. There it is, right here. If we click on this right here, they had stuff like this on the top. This is missing. This could be a crucial element that they would need to put on top of the pyramid to really get it, shooting up to charge spaceships. That's another great theory. You could look at these pyramids as giant spaceship charging stations, like how the Teslas drive up to their little driving stations outside the movie theaters or the gas stations, wherever they at. They could have been charging their spaceships up with these things, man. Look at the flight. I can't speak Egyptian, but I can tell you that something's flying. Straight up, y'all. Look at it. It's wings with an eye. They charging up something that's flying. We putting two and two together, okay? Context clues.
already know what's under the pyramids. Someone that doesn't know would be shocked, just like all of us are. We want to know more. Someone that is actually being truthful would.
I see you, Susan, with the $4.99. Let's go. That really helps your boy out, man. Thank you.
Not immediately dismiss the findings as fantasy. They would, without a doubt, be doing the exact same thing that we are doing. And if we had access to the site, like they actually do, we would be calling these researchers up today and saying, get over here. We want to know more. We want to know what you found. We want to document it all and do it even better. You can have full access to the site. We want to see what's really down there and how incredible the Great Pyramids really are.
Look at this. This was a lion, man. Looking at the Sphinx, the Egyptians went over this a long time ago, and this was supposed to be a lion's head or a dog or Anubis. I don't think it was Anubis or a dog because of how wide the paws are. It is distinctly looks like a lion's body. And I think the Egyptians just came, shaved it up a little bit, and put a Sphinx head on it. There was a reset on top of a reset is what we're looking at here. I'm going to say that one more time. This is a reset upon a reset is what we're looking at. Two different civilizations from two different resets coming upon each other. Like how we look at say the Chicago Field Museum, the Tartarian Museum, all these different Tartarian structures that they found. We walked in, well, we didn't. The higher ups walked in and they claimed as their own. They did the same thing with the Sphinx, allegedly.
We want to show the world how incredible this entire site is. This is what you would do if you were being truthful. You would never do what they're doing and say, nope, that's fantasy and that's fiction. So stop talking about it. They never got their hands dirty, so it doesn't count. And then go home and go to sleep. There should be a bunch of teams being formed right now of independent researchers from all over the world to perform an even more extensive project to verify this information. But what will happen? And we'll see, but what I believe will happen is this thing will be brushed off. Nobody will ever be allowed to do any follow-up investigation. No independent researchers will ever be allowed into the site.
Yeah, with the $10 donations, y'all going crazy, man. You should show my video I sent you, Chuck. Seriously, that would be perfect timing. Is it in my Facebook? What's your name on Facebook? I'm gonna look while this is playing real quick.
Nobody will ever be allowed to do a follow-up investigation, and it will forever be labeled to the mainstream as a conspiracy and a fantasy when we have clearly laid out that the individual calling it a conspiracy, a fantasy in his own words, has zero training in this field. And the individual who actually conducted the research is a true professional, a true expert in radar, and it's unbelievable, especially when their findings go further. Not only did they find 8 cylindrical wells going 2,125 feet under the pyramid, below these, they located 2 cubic structures. According to their analysis of the SAR data, these structures are massive, cubed-shaped chambers integrated into the vast underground network beneath the Giza Plateau. They are connected to the 8 cylindrical wells. These are the key components to the underground city. And this is shocking because you have to ask, what else is under all of that sand in Egypt? We have always known that there's so much more. We've said this for years now, but I believe that we now have incredible confirmation of this. Biondi and Malanga used Cosmos SkyMed data, tracking tiny surface vibrations from seismic waves, then Biondi's phononic software to map what's below. They say that they can see way deeper than standard SAR, which usually taps out at 10 meters. And they exposed this in their 2022 paper with Biondi's volcano work, where they were able to see 3,000 meters under Vesuvius. So 648 meters was nothing, and called it a warm-up. They've done this already, and they've proved it. I want to drive this point home today. I want everybody to understand that we all have to ask questions. This is how you find the truth. Who is actively searching for the truth? And who is dismissing it? Brushing it off? Who is blocking people off from the sites? Who is actually trying to see what's under the pyramids? Answer these questions, and you're going to see who's on your side and who is possibly not. The public, all of us. We don't know anything 100%, but we can definitely come to an educated conclusion based on the information provided, and that's exactly what we're doing. It's what we've been doing for years now, and this is why I want to verify who these individuals are and what their credentials are so badly. After today, I'd like to have the least amount of doubt in my mind possible about this researcher, Filippo Biondi, where we see that he has a bachelor's degree in information engineering, followed by a master's in telecommunications engineering, and continued on to get his PhD in telecommunications engineering, getting another master's degree in space engineering and international space law. And what does somebody learn in space engineering and international space law? Well, you would learn the legal side of the Cosmos SkyMed, the exact same thing that he used to find this information. He learned the rules to the game. Biondi would know that Egypt can't stop him from using it under the Great Pyramid in Giza. This is incredible. He not only knew how to use the SAR radar, he was taught, he was trained, and he's had a lot of experience in it. but he also knew where he could use it. A treaty from 1967 called the Outer Space Treaty, which was signed by over 100 countries, which of course included Egypt.
We just seen that. We just seen an example of the forces and the resources that they use if just one person goes too far or they're trying to do something. Look how fast the F-16 is going to come get you, or a U.S. destroyer. They not playing. You're trapped. There could be 172 continents out there for all we know. We're trapped in, what is it, 7? I believe we only got 7. What is it, USA? You know what I'm trying to get at.
A massive mistake made in 1967, allowing for Biondi to expose what is going on under the ground in Egypt, where it states that nobody owns it and it's free for all. Legally, Egypt can't stop Italy's Cosmo SkyMed satellite from orbiting over Giza and snapping the SAR pictures. And Biondi, of course, 100% knew this. And this is why Hawass had to address it. Because guess what? Under law, the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, someone can do it again. And this information may trigger somebody out there watching right now to go explore further.
Don't do it. We need some type of cloaking airships or something, man. Don't do it. But I'm trying to find in this book, man. Next time I'm gonna find a page. I'm gonna take the time off stream and find it. But in this book, they talk about how the pyramids were like the Anunnaki trophies, basically. They were like, when you looked upon a pyramid, it was supposed to strike fear in you because these were reset generators. How crazy is that? Like, I'm trying to find the page that it says it, but I can't find it. But that's just something to think about, man. Like, these are like trophies for the Anunnaki to show, like, man, y'all better not make us mad. We'll hit a switch, make another reset pop off. That's just a theory.
Because now you know you can. And this doesn't just unlock Egypt. It unlocks the entire world. All of those countries that signed that treaty, all of the old world sites are now on the table for us to explore. Zahi Hawass critiqued Biondi's work, saying that SAR can't go 648 meters deep. Yet this man has zero formal training in engineering, zero training in geophysics, and zero training in signal processing. Hawass has zero documented experience with synthetic aperture radar, or SAR. This guy is an inspector. He's a supervisor, and he's great with a shovel. I'm sure he could dig a heck of a hole. And who knows, maybe he is a great guy and knows a lot about sports. But when it comes to the credentials necessary in understanding what all goes into radar, understanding Biondi's work, he doesn't come close. And this is now exposed, where Biondi is an expert in radar and SAR. He's an expert in advanced technical qualifications, and his work is tech-driven. Hawass relies on his paintbrush and a magnifying glass, and a great outfit to look the part. Thank you to all of our badge members, all of our Patreons, and every single subscriber. You are all awesome, and growing this channel to brand new people every single day. And thank you to everyone who likes the episodes. We are on YouTube. We're on Rumble. Rumble is incredible. If you're not subscribed on there, please do that after this. We are on X, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. If you're looking for even more content from us. You question the official narrative. You dig deeper when the mainstream keeps saying move along. So why settle for coffee that's as compromised as the stories they feed us? 1775's Rejuvenate Coffee to conduct another.
All right. I didn't find the part I wanted to find, but we're gonna read this. If you guys can see this, I'm gonna try to read it off screen. The reason for they're talking about the custodians, because the Anunnaki custodians, I don't know if Well, the custodians are different from the Greys, according to this book. Like, the custodians damn near are higher than the Anunnakis, and they can control the Greys. Like, are they all a genetic experiment that went sour? I don't know. But they're talking about the custodians being a completely different entity from the Anunnaki, and the Anunnaki being a completely different entity from the reptilians, Draco reptilians. It gets deep. But let me read this quick passage. The reason for their obsession with the rumor that what was the celestial lands, what could be found in secret, what could be able to penetrate the Great Dome. See, I don't even want to talk about this because they talking about penetrating the dome and that there's multiple domes. Do you think that these pyramids powered up can possibly penetrate the firmament? That's scary, man. That divides the known world from the outside. I don't know if it's multiple domes, one giant large dome above all these domes, because it did say he separated the waters from the waters, but you know, that's getting into dangerous territory. What do you mean by the Great Dome? The question came from inside me with the utmost want to intercept, but with the anxiety of all that is generated in me. This is somebody that's talking to somebody that's giving them all this different information about the outer lands. Just a quick catch up. William Morris going to the outer lands. Of this Great Dome, we have very little information that we are able to gather from the custodians. What we know so far is that there would be a Great Dome that envelops 178 worlds inside. Let me put my finger on it so you can see it. Damn, I gotta flip my damn. Hold on, bear with me, y'all. Let's see. Transform. Flip horizontal. Hee hee. Your boy getting a little better at this streaming. Look. What we know so far is that it would be a great dome that envelops 178 worlds inside, where the theory goes that no way out or in has ever been found, and that there's no information regarding what lies beyond. The custodians and the Anunnaki work together with their great scientists to carry out a never before seen development, basing their technology entirely on discovering the impenetrable celestial earths. That might be us. What would be found there on the question may base their development on long years to come. I'm going to read it because my arms are burning. They reached a point where their technology was so advanced exponentially, so much that they were able to pass through the first dome. This is just theories, y'all. This is just theories. Don't come for me. They passed through the first dome. They died and got pulverized in the act. Instantly, they found no answer to this and tried various ways to use various races. They all died the same way. Later, intensively studied such lands that came to the conclusion without did not exist with the physical bodies. It was a conscious energy which they called the source of life. So it gets deep, man. They trying to find this source of life. They can't bust through the dome. They trying their best to bust through the domes, but there's a section in there that I was trying to find that correlates with this video about how the Anunnaki and custodians use these pyramids as reset generators. That's what I was trying to find. It's in there, and I'm gonna find it, man.
On the Giza pyramids. This has to happen. We need more true experts to do this. We need more individuals.
There we go with the $10 from Christina. Let's go. Don't be afraid to become members. I believe membership's available for $1. I got a lot of hidden behind the scenes videos. I'm gonna do more. Membership is available. You can level up your life vest, show your support. I believe I have one for 99 cents and $5, you know. Not too much, cheaper than a bag of chips. You know, I remember back in the day, chips was 25 cents. Now they charge you what? $1.79 for the same bag. Like, dang, I shouldn't be eating chips anyway, but you know, sometimes you get the munchies. A quarter wasn't that bad.
that want to be independent researchers, because the system researchers, they're blocking us off and not telling us the truth. And we need to do this.
Nobody's telling us the truth. Remember how I said there's 178 different lands? We're probably in the middle. Like if you look at this, we're probably in the middle. We're probably in the middle somewhere, like around there. Look at all those different lands around us, man. It's massive. So when people talk about Greys, Anunnakis, different life forms, Tartarian sheep, lamb of Tartaria sheep, they're all on the extra lands, man. You got people running around with 1 foot, giants that only got 1 foot. Their nickname is IHOP. You know, they somewhere on these lands. You got people with the faces on their chest. They over here, man. You worried about the Leviathan, or that you wondering where the what's that beast? It was the Leviathan and another beast. It started with the B. For all we know, he could be chilling out there. This is the real edge of the earth. Like something around here. Like I feel like if you get too far, you'll be met with a cherubim. I'm gonna say that one more time. If you get too far to the real ice walls, like to the edge of the earth for real, where the firmament starts popping up, you might be met with the cherubim, bucko. I don't think you want to face one of them. You know, they say they got a face right here, another face right there, another face right there. They got like 6 wings. They can move crazy. I don't know, but there's definitely some angelic beings that's guarding the outer limits, is what I'm trying to tell you.
In other countries, we need to see what is underneath all of these cities, all of the cathedrals, and under the water. We all know that there's tunnels, and we all know that the tunnels connect to all of the old world buildings. Filippo Biondi and Corrado Malanga have opened up something massive in Giza, with no thanks from Egypt, no permission, and they tried to block them off. And thankfully, they didn't even need Egypt's permission.
Sorry, I was saying that's us in the middle, right there. Look at all that. In the very center, that's us. Look at all that stuff, man. Can you imagine cherubims guarding that? A F-22 can't make it out here. You need a different technology. I'm gonna say that one more time. A F-22 cannot make it out here. A F-16 cannot make it out here. You need an airship that's powered by the ether, and it has to be multi-submersible. People talk about USOs, an underwater submerged object. Yes, you need both. You need something that can go underwater and fly. If you hope to get something out here, if you're trying to get out here, you need something that's going fast and can handle all that.
Thanks to that treaty, using SAR Doppler tomography via Italy's Cosmos SkyMed satellite, all legal under the 1967 Outer Space Treaty. Egypt can't do anything about it. Biondi, a PhD radar genius, fully understanding the radar laws, they found 8 wells 2,125 feet deep, right under the pyramid. Spiral pathways and 2 massive cubic chambers in a 2-kilometer underground network. Egypt's Supreme Council of Antiquities locks it down and doesn't allow on-site excavations under the pyramids. And then Hawass just tries to discredit the project by saying they didn't do an on-site investigation and calling their work ridiculous, when in reality, it's the other way around. Hawass, I honestly believe that you're exposing that Egypt is freaking out. The way that you acted about this was the complete opposite of a truth teller. The pyramids aren't tombs, and they are something so much bigger. I'm
trying to tell you, ain't nobody talking about these being reset generators going down to the earth. I'm gonna have to make a video for it, man, but it's gonna take a couple days if I did put it together, because it gets deep. Like it's gonna be a 3-hour video.
Treaty means that anybody can scan again. And I say that we do. Let's do it at Cahokia in southern Illinois, where in episode 113, we found the Nephilim and a temple 2 feet under the dirt. Giza, cathedrals all over the world, old world sites, all hiding tunnels and secrets. 2,125 feet down, massive cubes, and a cover-up Hawass in Egypt can't keep buried. And it's shocking that they even want to. As always, I am
Evans. My fault, fam. I missed you. Welcome back, Evans. What's up, fam? Good work, Chuck. I appreciate you, Evans. Thank you so much, brother, for the $19.99 donation. Huge shout out to JB. Welcome. You're a buckled up buckle. Oh, I still got the 99-cent membership, guys. You get to see all the behind scenes, older videos, and I'm gonna be doing more stuff. And you get access to different emotes. When I do my videos on Jet Ski Chuck, there's specific emotes like a Tartarian flame. You get a specialized life vest. Each month, when you pay for your membership, you get a different color life vest. You start at orange, green, purple, black. So if you're here for a year, you really showing off. And I just want to say thank you, guys. I love you guys, man, for real. You know, y'all the only people I could talk to about this stuff. You know, I go to the bar, sit down, you know, and somebody next to me, you know, they be talking they junk, man. They're like, yeah, man, we went to Devil's Tower. Me and my wife, we drove to Devil's Tower. People say it's a tree, but I don't know. He just didn't know who I was. You know, I don't tell people, you know, and I'm just sitting there listening. And I'm like, oh, so you think we went to the moon too? He was like, man, I don't think we went. You know, they be drunk. I be getting them hype, you know, but I don't say nothing, man. But if they ask me, I tell them what I think, you know, but I let them talk, man. The people are waking up, man. You know, it's not too many people are asleep. You know, you got to really be under a rock, you know, to not really know what's going on. Like anybody can type in anything and find out, you know, the truth, honestly.
I'm open to hearing more on this. I'm open to anything. I want to know the truth. If the truth is that there are massive cylindrical structures that connect to massive underground cities right underneath the pyramids of Giza, then I want to know about it. Could the old world be living under the pyramids, in these massive cube structures? The old world Nephilim, are they under our feet and being protected, hidden from us? What is going on underneath the pyramids? What is going on below our feet in every single country? And what are the pyramids really? In my opinion, they are technology from the old world.
He's asking, what are the pyramids? Yes, they're technology for the old world. But for what exactly? Where's my music? Where is it? People are asking, what are the pyramids? Well, I'm telling you, bucko, they were reset generators. Or they could have possibly be charging the spacecrafts that they showed on the ancient coins that I featured so many times. These spacecrafts, all these different lands I showed you, you gotta ask yourself, ask yourself, how much fuel, how much jet fuel do you think will take to get right here? We don't have enough jet fuel in the world for an F-22 to travel from here to there. It's not possible. They have to be harnessing the ether, or they got to be charged up by these pyramids. For all we know, there's pyramids everywhere. Pyramid, 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 pyramids, pyramids, pyramids. They gotta charge up. They come from Middle Earth. Lord of the Rings sounds a little bit better now, doesn't it? They come from Middle Earth. Middle Earth. I'm not done with you. Run that back. They come from Middle Earth, charging off pyramids. because it takes so much energy because you're going so fast. If we say this is a rough estimate, but let's just say in between that first ice wall could possibly be 10,000 miles. So something this far, that's like what? 500,000 miles. Roughly. To get to this, just to say from here to here, you're talking literally 500,000 miles. How much fuel or what type of energy would it take for a spacecraft to go 500,000 miles? You're not going to keep dumping petroleum or whatever jet fuel they use. We don't have the resources to do that. It's going to take something crazy to power that up. A significant amount of energy for something to use that force and take off, y'all. Think about it. For entertainment purposes only. Don't come for me, bucko. Portals. Talk to me. There you go. Conspiracy rabbit hole. Portals. They had portals. That's what I'm talking about. Ow. You said that they're using submarines? It had to be multifunctional. They would need to be submersible and go by air. Talk to me, y'all. How do you wake up, Chuck? When did you realize there was more to this world? It was given to me. You know, lean not on your own understanding. Is the first thing I would tell y'all. Lean not on your own understanding. You know, I believed in the Father. That was it. Once you accept that, then everything else really falls into line. Because it's like, man, how did this and this? Oh, it's like it comes to you naturally. More stuff gets revealed the longer you believe. Is the best way I can tell you. Everybody's journey's different, but I'm telling you from my personal experience. I believed my whole life. I remember I went like 150 days praying when I was like, I counted. I'm like, man, I want to get to heaven. So I want to pray every single day. I'm like 13, 14. I counted like 150 days before I went to sleep, prayed. It wasn't, you know, Lord, thank you for this day. You know, I'm about to go to sleep. See you tomorrow if I wake up. You know what I'm saying? I did that for 150 days, you know, and ever since I started diving, I was cool with just believing in the Father. But once I started seeing all this different stuff being unraveled, you know, it just came to me naturally, you know. Once your paradigm is aligned, all this stuff comes to you naturally. Let me say that one more time to you, bucko. Once your paradigm is aligned, this stuff comes to you naturally. I'm not saying it's the truth. For entertainment purposes only. Believe what you want. I'm just here to show you. You know, you got to do the leg work and believe what you think, you know? That outro hit perfect, didn't it? Yeah, man. That book, I need that. Everyone from Georgia. Thank you. You so kind, Christy. Thank you for sharing the truth, sweet soul. In the flow. It said it came back, man. Damn, it's 12 o'clock. I gotta get something to eat. I was out at the balloon festival today. Let me show y'all real quick. Check this out. Before we go, I want to show y'all something. Fire Marshal Bill, let me show you something. It was a balloon show popping off, man. I wanted to go live, but I'm like, I better not, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. I love you guys. The code word today is pyramid reset. Put pyramid reset in the comments below. That lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video, and I just want to say thank you. This was Creepy TikToks that left your boy puzzled. I'm gonna hit y'all right back with a banger. As soon as I wake up, I'm gonna hit y'all with another banger Sunday, early on Dark Waters 9. We probably gonna go live again tomorrow on Jet Ski Chuck. So be expecting around this time, 10 o'clock Eastern time. I'm gonna be going live again. We're gonna dive a little bit deeper. I'm gonna have some more interesting stuff. Find me on Facebook. Find me on Instagram. Talk to me. Send me some stuff. I'm going to take some time and really go through what y'all saying. Get the content. If y'all don't mind me putting y'all name in with the content that you share me, I'm like, oh, this is from Catherine. This was from my boy Nick. You know, send me some stuff, man. Facebook, IG, talk to me. I talk back. And I just want to say thank you. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button before you head out. It's your boy Jet Ski Chuck. One love, y'all. All praises to the Most High. Hope you guys have a great evening, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Peace out. Oh, yeah, and huge shout out to the donations, man. Shout out to all the new members. Man, Evans going crazy with the donations. Man, thank you so much, guys. Love you. Peace out.